Yay, Game Boy games. That's probably not good. Yep, Zelda Link's Awakening. This game is awesome. Okay, apparently it saved my last session because I have to re-record this because my computer decided to go to sleep and that screwed up the recording, so... Okay, it auto-saved. Holy crap, I didn't think the game would auto-save. That's not good. How do I hit? I'm just gonna re-erase this then. And we'll go back with Link. That's really annoying. Not that auto-saved, which is actually probably for the best that it does auto-save, but just the fact that I have to re-record this, like the first 25 minutes again. Which, it's only 25 minutes, it's not a huge deal. I'm not too worried about it. So here we go. What a relief. I thought you'd never wake up. You were tossing and turning. What, Zelda? No, my name is Marin. You must still be feeling a little woozy. You're on Koholint Island. What a weird name. And now to get out of bed. Should probably talk to her. Follow the lane south to reach the beach where I found you. Since you washed ashore, lots of nasty monsters have been in the area. So be careful, okay? And let's talk to her dad. Well, Link, you finally snapped out of it. Name's Terran. Hope you're feeling better. What? How'd I know your name? Well, you think it's weird, eh? Well, I saw it on the back of the shield here. And that's how you get your shield. Keep that in mind, kids. Great, I'm not sure exactly how many kids actually watch this. Probably not a lot. Well, might as well go back to shore, see if I can find out where my sword ended up. And yeah, that chain chomp will attack you if you get too close to it, and it will hurt quite a bit. Might as well talk to this guy. Hey man, when you want to save you just push all the buttons at once. Okay, don't ask me what that means, I'm just a kid. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I forgot about that save feature at first. That's kind of ridiculous. Just push everything at once. This is a Game Boy game, but I'm playing it on the GameCube, so... It's gonna take some getting used to because, well, on the Game Boy, select is normally select. There's no select button on GameCube controllers, so there's also no D-pad, and not having a D-pad is actually hurting me quite a bit in this playthrough already. Because it's just a lot harder to control without a D-pad. It just really is. Like, you'd be surprised. And there's my sword already. Really simple. Hey look, it's an owl. Hoot hoot, so you are the lad who owns the sword. Now I understand why the monsters are starting to act so violently. Well, because they're monsters? I don't know. A courageous lad has come to wake the windfish. It is said that you cannot leave the island unless you wake the windfish. You should now go north, to the mysterious forest. I'll wait for you there. Okay. Sword time! Victory music of doom. Found your sword. It must be yours because it has your name on it. Makes sense? Makes too much sense. Not sure I like the way these controls are set up, so I'm just gonna very quickly... just reverse it. Yeah, because that can be the sword. Well, not literally be the sword, but... Now, as I mentioned on my last recording session that I lost, a lot of the stuff in this game is kind of minigame-ish. And, like, you'll see what I mean when we have to do all the stuff to get to the third castle dungeon thing. Like, you have to, like, do, like, a whole chain of side quests to get to it. And we can start the first parts of that right now. But the problem is we need the money to start it off. Like, minimum we're going to need $20, and that's if I get the mini-game thing right on the first shot. Which I probably will not be able to do, so... I don't know why my computer's lagging this badly either. I also hope it's not showing up in the recording, because that would be kind of dumb. Also, I reverted back to using the control stick. It's just because, if you guys ever see a GameCube controller, if you haven't, just Google a picture of it. Like, the controller is not laid out very well for Game Boy games. Like, I mean, sure, if you use the analog stick, it's fine, but the analog stick is kind of clunky with Game Boy games. So it's better to use the D-pad. If you see where the D-pad is on this thing, it's really, really inconveniently located. Like, absurdly inconveniently located. So yeah. By the way, those telephone houses, they're just there in case you get lost and need help. And from my memory as a child, those things don't help all that much. Because I still got lost a lot. Like, I had this game since I was probably 6 or 7 years old. I could not beat this game for the life of me until I was around 12, and we had the internet so I could look up how to beat it. Because this game is kind of puzzly. So here's the minigame thing. And, like, to do this, start the side quest chain off, I need to get that Yoshi doll. I think it costs 20 to play. Oh, it's 10. I need to get money first, so... that would be a problem. But then again, this game did throw in a grinding spot for money. Which, thank God for that. You have to thank him for anything, thank him for minigames. Oh yeah, by the way, there's seashells in this game. 26 in the entire game. If you collect at least 20 of them, I think you get the ultimate sword form. Now, a lot of them you can only get with the shovel, which I'll explain that later. If you guys remember the shovel from, what's it called? A Link to the Past? It's basically the exact same thing. Except now they actually threw collectibles underground that, you know, are worth kind of collecting. Now, I could go through here and cut this entire grassy field. But it's gonna take forever. Also, fun fact, if you're standing on a piece of grass like this and you do this, it's not gonna cut the piece of grass under you, which kind of makes sense, actually. So because I do have the money for this, I'm gonna try this game once. I don't know why the shop is surrounded by bushes. It seems like a terribly inconvenient shopping method, but whatever. Let's play it. A and B buttons move the crane. The rest is just timing. What were your buttons to play? Good luck. Good luck indeed. This is kind of a hard game. The second that go to B, it stops. I think I got it. Granted, my game started lagging, so I wasn't sure if I did. Okay, good. I got it my first try. That's gonna help out a lot. It's always better to get stuff on your first try, trust me. Also, I'm not sure if my mouse is going to appear on screen or not. But we need this for our first side quest. Yoshi doll. Recently, he seems to be showing up in many games. That's fine, Nintendo. This is a really good Game Boy game too, by the way. Like, I don't see a lot of people ever talking about this Zelda game when they talk about Zelda games, so... I wanted to play through it just because... Now, if I remember correctly, someone in this town wants this Yoshi doll. I think it's in here. Bobo is so proud of his fine fur coat. It's a metal freaking dog. Fine fur coat my ass. Whatever. I think maybe she's down here. I can't remember. One of these villagers wants this Yoshi doll. Nah, this is the old man's house. That's the old guy who you talk to on the phone whenever you need help. I don't know why he knows everything, he just does. It's weird. Hey look, a giant rooster statue. I wonder if we'll ever get the ability to summon him to fly places. like there is in every other Zelda game ever. Oh yeah, that's right. If you run into any of these rocks before you get the Power Glove, it'll give you this message. It's pretty heavy, you won't be able to lift it with just your bare hands. Every single time. Like, at least on the screen. Like, watch, I'll leave the screen, come back, accidentally touch it, same message. Thank God you can skip it with B. Because that will get really annoying in rooms where there's like a hallway of those rocks and you don't have that thing equipped. Because even when you get it, you have to have it equipped. Okay, I think this is the person you talk to. Oh, will you give that doll to me? Yeah. Oh, thank you. You're indeed a generous person. Ah, I'll give you this in return. You get a bow tie. Trade Yoshi doll for a bow tie. You can trade ribbon for something else. Now, I can only do like the first part of this right now. And you have to do this thing, by the way, in order to get to the third dungeon. Because in order to get to the third dungeon, you need a bridge to appear, and the only person that makes that bridge appear is a monkey who will only make the bridge appear when you give him a certain item. I think we talk to this person. Makeup, jewels, dresses, I want it all. And some new accessories would be nice. Oh, that ribbon, I need it. Will you trade it for my dog food? Sure. Lucky, thanks. Well, here's your dog food. Yay, dog food. You exchange your ribbon for dog food. It's full of juicy beef. I'm pretty sure you give this dog food to the alligator guy who's down on the beach. So I might as well do that now. Because I've got to go back down here anyway later on, so... But I want to go all the way down to where this guy is, so... It's probably for the best just to do this right now and... get it out of the way, to be completely honest. Because either way, this area down here is completely out of the way of pretty much everything. At least I'm pretty sure it is. Hey, alligator man. What's that you have? It's canned food? For heaven's sake, man, give that canned food to me, please. He's hysterical, what do you do? Give it to him. Oh, thank you. I'll take that. Look at that guy. Munch, munch. That was great. I know it's not fair trade, but here's some bananas. Yum. You gave him canned food and got bananas. Good deal. Now we'll need that banana for something far later on. Matter of fact, that's what you give to the monkey. Like, there's a lot of like little things like that. That's actually one of the things I got stuck on as a kid. It said, like, it doesn't tell you who you need to trade this stuff to. You have to figure this stuff out on your own. And like when you're like 6 or 7 years old and you're trying to figure out how to get to the third dungeon and you don't have the key for it, and you can't get there yet because there's stuff in the way. It just gets really annoying. And I never figured that out until I just, you know, I got rage quit this game. It's like the first game I ever rage quit, by the way. And they go back to it for like years, and then like when I was like 11 or 12, I found it again. I was like, okay, I'm gonna beat this now. Thanks to the powers of the internet, I can look shit up. Oh, that reminds me, I almost just bypassed a piece of heart. You guys would shout at me for that, I'm sure. Because every Zelda game has a piece of heart in one of these wells. This one's no exception. Did I just walk up the stairs? Okay. I actually didn't know you could do that. I've never missed stairs that badly before. Yeah, I think it's partly because I have a slight bit of video lag on my end, but whatever. Oh, brave lad. On your quest to wake the dreamer? Welcome to the mysterious wood. Much of the mystery you'll find on this uncharted cold island. I'm afraid you may find it a trail difficult to leave the island while the windfish naps. By the by, have you ever visited the Tail Cave, which is south of the village? Go there with the key you find in this forest. The windfish is watching. That's kind of creepy. Oh, up we go. Don't need that heart yet. Make sure I move my mouse thing because this is where it froze this is where my computer went to sleep last time, and I resumed it thinking everything was alright. And then when I stopped recording because it froze again, it just black screened all my stuff. Turns out it cut off when it did that, which very annoying. But anyways, we need to go through this cave, so might as well do that now. me get that money. I couldn't get the money, but there's only 1 coin anyway. And pro tip, you can push these boulders even without the glove. Got 50 rupees. It's very important to get money. Because a lot of stuff in this game costs money, and I will eventually need to get that shovel. And I just got a piece of power. You'll notice these things throughout the game. They last for about 2 minutes as long as you stay in like the same general area. Like, you can leave the screens, it'll still last. Problem is, the second I exit this cave through this door here, it's gonna go away. And I can't get that piece of heart yet, by the way. Because I need an item to be able to lift those skulls out of the way. And I don't have that yet. However, I do have this mushroom. You pick the toadstool. As you hold it over your head, a mellow aroma flows into your nostrils. And from the last recording, I know there's absolutely nothing up there, but I'll show you guys anyway. Dead end, right? Yep. And that's where we need to get to, but we can't get to it from here. Oh, by the way, if you knock enemies into the hole, they respawn immediately when you go off the screen. But if you actually kill him, he'll stay dead for a longer time. Just thought I should note that. Figured you guys might be interested in knowing that for some reason. I don't know why I pushed that there. I also just made this super overcomplicated, but I still got through it anyway. Yeah, get into this hallway. There we go. Probably try to avoid losing more hearts. Do I go for the money or do I go for the safe route? I'm going safe. Stay alert, stay safe. Those bats also take out like a full heart from me, I forgot about that. Good news is these arrow guys tend to drop a lot of hearts. Ah, shit shield guy. Ah, he arrowed me, damn it. Well, it was bound to happen. Save and continue. Now, this game is really generous about respawns, so you'll literally just respawn at the front of whatever building cave you left last. Right? Those guys, you pretty much have to take a hit to kill them at this point in the game. I'm sure there's some people who are really, really good at this game who can avoid taking the hit, but partially because of the amount of lag right now, because of the recording method I'm using, and the fact that my computer tends to be a piece of garbage a lot of the time. I'm getting a lot more lag than I would like, especially considering this is a Game Boy game. I don't know why my computer has such a hard time playing video and recording it at the same time. That's basically all it's doing. Thought you could cut that. I'm pretty sure it's probably a seashell under one of those pieces of grass, by the way. Which is why you get this shovel, because a lot of seashells are buried under random pieces of grass. Let's talk to her. Double, double, toil and trouble. A toadstool mix will make powder for tricks. And this is your hint. In this game, you actually have to equip the item in your inventory. Use it in front of her. Oh, it has the sleepy toadstool, it does. We'll mix it up. Something in a jiffy. We will. And there goes Steroid Lady. Okay, it's all ready. Take care, as there's not much. Why not try a bit in my hut? You've got the magic powder. Try sprinkling it on a variety of things. This is basically the game's equivalent of a lamp. As you can see, you sprinkle it there and it lights the fire. And by the way, for me, Y and X are basically the same thing. They both bring up this mini-map. As you can tell by the size of this map, this is a much larger game map than pretty much A Link to the Past. Like, there's a lot of squares on this map. I think it's like a 12 by 12 or something ridiculous like that. Now, before I go out into the wilds, I should re-equip my sword. Now, the powder does work on more than just torches. It'll also work on these guys, but you still can't hit them. All it does is change enemies' appearance, but they still basically have the same attack power. So it's kind of more of a gag item at this point. Its only real purpose is lighting lamps. Pretty much. At least until you get something better for that. Like a fire rod, but we won't get that for a long time, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think that's like 8th dungeon material there. I skipped the Guardian Acorn description. All it does is it raises your defense so that you take less damage from hits. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's my pro tip for those guys. If you can hit them from the opposite direction, it's usually pretty good. You can't harm them from their shield side, though. By the way, if I was missing hearts, that found up there with half Harry in it. This area is kind of annoying. Granted, you can always get the slime to kill itself really easily. Something you'll find in this game is a lot of enemies will easily just commit suicide, especially jumping enemies. I used the joystick, that's why I died there, because that thing controls like shit. I really hate using the joystick in this game. It's just not... Like, I think I'm going sideways, I end up going, like, on a slight diagonal. It bugs the crap out of me. But I think that's probably just mostly learning curve with using a GameCube controller at this point. But still, I prefer to just have a D-pad, to be completely honest. There we go. Full hearts. I believe if I go north here, you'll notice this raccoon here. As a raccoon, my nose is very sensitive to stuff like dust and powder. That's a hint to use the powder on him, but what happens if you try walking past him? Hey, you're gonna be lost thanks to me. Yeah, he actually kind of controls this forest somehow. I don't know how. He just kind of does. So if you try going north here, he'll actually spawn you somewhere completely different than where you want to go. Because according to this map, like, this is where that treasure chest should be. But if you go up here, I think he ends up spawning you, like, over here or something. I forget where he spawns you, but it ends up not being where you want to go. So the only way to get past him is to, in fact, use the magic dust on him. And then watch the show. There you go. Last thing I remember was biting into a big juicy toadstool. Then I had the darndest dream. I was a raccoon. Yeah, sounds strange, but it sure was fun. Yep. As you can tell, we're probably gonna get... Inventory management is gonna become key later on. Because we're just gonna get so many items, it's gonna get ridiculous. And now we have the tail key. Now we can open the tail cave gate. As I mentioned in my last recording, half the dungeons in this game require a key to get in, the other half don't. Take the key and go to the tail cave. Retrieve the instrument that is hidden there. Go now, the windfish is waiting. Hoot. Which, by the way, we won't get the glove to lift stuff till the second dungeon, I'm sorry to say. So we're gonna have to sit there and ignore, like, that piece of heart in that cave for a long time. Just because of that. Go grab this. Got a piece of power. It's actually probably easier for me to just hit the B button when I do that now. But as you can tell, this isn't a one-hit kill, it just doubles the damage of my sword. And it will last as long as I stay on the overworld map. In this case. Handy to know. I already got that, so I don't need to go down there. I don't really think there's any other pieces of heart available to us right now. Aside from maybe the fishing minigame ones, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. Now the tail cave is actually this way. For those wondering. And by wondering, I mean those who haven't played the game yet. You have to actually go this way. Because it's basically, you have to take the long way around here. Because we don't have the awesome ability that we'll get from this dungeon yet. Which I'm sure the only reason they threw this ability in so early in the game was just to show it off. But here's the tail cave. Walk up to the podium, you automatically use the key. There you go. Pretty awesome.